Right now I'm deep in a portion of this park that hasn't been touched in a long time. This was recently bought by the park, and the previous owners never came back here. But anyhow, I am deep in a thicket, but what I'm videoing this for is, right now it's late February, and it's the time to start picking poplar buds or cottonwood buds for to make balm of Gilead. Anyhow, I tested some of the trees near the entrance of this thicket, near the entrance to the park. But anyhow, they were sappy, but they didn't have the fragrant smell to them. And as I was driving away yesterday, I noticed all of these. So this mound here is a ditch. There's a concrete ditch in between me and these trees on the other side. Anyhow, I saw those along the edge, and I was like, oh, I better see if those are ripe for the picking. And that's what I came back here for, was to try and discover that. And sure enough, they are. Just squishing it, not even picking it. It's sappy. It's not too sappy. Like the ones on the mature trees that are near the entrance, those are super sappy, but not fragrant. These are less sappy and super fragrant. So, if that makes any sense. But anyhow, and these are young trees. I'd say that this is less than 10 years old, and all these shoots coming out of it are obviously less than that. So maybe that's a 5-year, or maybe a little less. But anyhow, it's got all these nice fresh branches and the buds on it. And sure enough, I came back here, discovered this, and I didn't bring a bag with me to collect some with. So I'll have to trek back to get a bag and come back in and get the buds. But anyhow, I just thought I'd show you. It's real cool. You know, nobody's been back here in a while. Obviously, someone's been back here before. Because, see, that's been cut. But it's been cut a long time ago. Heck, even the shoots that were coming off of it are dead. But anyhow, so it's just kind of cool, you know. In fact, you can only kind of see the edge of the park. That tree down there is right near the water. But anyhow, so really cool. So this is a good healthy tree right here. These are healthy trees. Well, this one's kind of dying, the one that I was just right next to. But anyhow, it's got lots of buds back here, and I can make a lot of balm of Gilead with this. And that'll be good for skin care, sores. It's really good for healing sores, which at the moment I need it. I cut myself while taking the cap off of a glass Coke bottle. It broke and cut myself. Anyhow, so yeah. And I haven't gone further yet, but I had to get over quite a bit of stuff to get back here. Like all of those, they're kind of a reddish hue on the camera, at least. Those are hawthorns, or at least I think they're hawthorns. They look like hawthorns. And anyhow, they're very thick right there, but there's a very slight game trail going back through there, and that's how I got in. But I had to squat down and move branches out of my face and anything. Anyhow, but I also got in touch with someone that manages the park, or helps in managing the park, and asked him if I could make a trail back here. So this park belongs to the Mormon church, which I'm not a part of anymore, so I don't think that they'll let me, but they don't need to know that. But anyhow, I want people to be able to come back here, because see, this is open, untouched for years, except for the game trail going through it, you know. So it would just be really nice to have a trail going down into the park from up here. Oh wow, these are super fresh. That's a deer track, and this snow just came down. So maybe I scared off whatever deer this was while I was coming through that hawthornish thicket. Can't talk right now. Anyhow, so yeah, I just think it's really cool, so thought I'd capture it all, you know. Right down there, you can see the road. That's the road that goes down into the park. And this, right down here, well, in fact, I've been over it and I haven't even noticed. So that circle right there, that's a fire pit. Yeah, anyhow, that's a fire pit with concrete around it. There's a shed right there. This is Little Nauvoo. That's what they named this campsite. Anyhow, so my desired plan is to, I don't know if you can see, but my truck is right there at the sign. I want to forge a trail all the way through this, an actual trail, not a game trail, but an actual trail for people to come back in here and then hike down into the park. But there's a lot of dead trees that I think probably need to come down in order for that to happen. Thankfully, these ones are right next to the park itself, like the established parts of the park, and so those would just be firewood. But I guess you could take down trees up here and just drop them into the park. But anyhow, because you'd want to get them out of the way for making a trail. So yeah, I just thought I'd show this. I think it's cool, but I'm easily entertained, so maybe it's not cool. Also, I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, you can. So that right there, there's that fire pit. That right there is where water is coming out of the ground. Supposedly, back in here underneath this hill, there's a spring, but a long time ago, they plumbed that spring. So there's plumbing that's drawing the water out, and it's going down underneath this flat part here, and then it's coming out again right there, and right there a bunch of watercress are growing, which the park poisons, so I can't eat them. But and then it goes back under the ground for the road, and then comes out and flows down the rest of the hill into the pond down here. So, but there's a pipe right there. I wonder if it's part of that spring system. So with this concrete ditch, that when that's flowing in the summertime, the spring pumps out more water. So there's water flowing right now, even when there's not water in the ditch. And so the theory is that this ditch is leaking water into the ground, and it's helping the spring during the summer. So anyhow, that's it. Thanks for looking. God bless.